Come on. Just a little more. No. That was definitely the wrong decision. I swear, cooking seemed easier when I was younger. Either that, or I was simply less concerned about whether anything actually tasted good. There, I'm calling it finished before I make it worse. Oh, good morning. You're up early. Easy, take your time. You've been walking more every day, which is good. But I'd rather not have you prove your ankle has a sense of humour by falling down the stairs. Although, if you do, I'll catch you. Then I'll complain about having to carry you again. Come, sit down. Breakfast is ready. And before you ask, yes, I considered making tea. Then I remembered the last batch, so we're having water. I think that's the responsible choice. Go on, try it. You're thinking very carefully about that. That's not exactly reassuring. Oh, actually, that's not terrible. I think I've improved. Either that, or I've finally forgotten what good food tastes like. Well, it's staying. You know, I've spent so many years eating alone that I forgot how strange it feels to have someone sitting across from me. I used to read while I ate. Sometimes I'd get so distracted that I'd finish the entire meal without remembering any of it. Books are a very patient company, but they're dreadful at conversation. This is better. Don't look so surprised. I'm capable of admitting when something is nice occasionally. Don't get used to it. After breakfast, I need to check the garden. The mint has been growing like it owns the place, and I'm almost certain the foxes have been digging around the lavender again. I've considered putting up a little sign asking them to stop. Then I remembered that foxes can't read. Or at least, I assume they can't. One of them looks suspiciously intelligent. If your ankle feels alright, you're welcome to come with me. It's only a short walk, and you could use some fresh air. I won't make you do anything. Well, I might ask you to carry a basket, but that's hardly cruel. Alright, let's go. Watch the first few steps. The stones are uneven, and I keep meaning to fix them. I've been saying that for about 6 years, actually, so don't expect miracles. There, that's the garden. It's not much compared to the gardens in the kingdom, but after 8 years I've become rather attached to it. Most of what I grow is medicinal, although some of it is just because I like how it looks. That lavender over there is both. The chamomile is useful, the roses are mostly decorative, and those little purple flowers beside the stone wall. Don't touch those, they're poisonous. Could you pass me that basket? Thank you. You know, you've actually been doing better than I expected. Your ankle is healing, you're sleeping more regularly, and you no longer look like you're waiting for the tower itself to attack you every time you hear a noise. I'll consider that progress. Could you hand me that one? The little blue flower beside your hand? Yes, that one. Wait. No, that shouldn't happen. Don't move for a second. That's strange. I've grown this flower for years. It normally only opens under moonlight, and even then it takes hours. It doesn't respond to touch. At least, It never has before. It's real. No illusion, no artificial enchantment that I can sense. Would you mind trying that again? Just touch it the same way you did before. That's not something I've ever seen happen before. I have a theory. Actually, that isn't completely true. I have the beginning of a theory. Which is usually where trouble starts. If I'm right, you may have just given me a very good reason to open the oldest books in my library. I've been avoiding those books for years. They're dusty, they're written in terrible handwriting, and one of them nearly fell on my head last winter. I still think it was intentional. But this might be worth looking into. Before we go inside, though, I should probably explain something. Those flowers I warned you about earlier. You were probably wondering why I keep poisonous plants in my garden, weren't you? Fair question. I don't grow them because I enjoy having dangerous things around. Most of them are useful. They can be used for medicines, potions, and certain spells. I just make sure they're kept away from the plants that are actually safe. And before you ask, no, I don't have a habit of collecting dangerous things for fun. Usually. I'm a mage. Knowing how to handle things that can be harmful is part of the job. Besides, they're only a problem if someone decides to eat them. Which, judging by your expression, I assume you weren't planning to do. Good. I'd rather not add accidental flower poisoning to today's list of surprises. Alright. I suppose this is the part where I admit something. I was hoping I wouldn't have to open these books again. Not because I don't want answers. I do. It's just that old magical records have a habit of making simple things far more complicated than they need to be. Half of the time I spend more effort trying to understand the handwriting than the actual magic being described. I don't know why ancient mages thought writing clearly was a sign of weakness. Let's see what we have here. Records of unusual magic responses, natural resonance, connections between living things and magical energy. Some of these notes are useless, honestly. This one spends 4 pages describing the colour of a flower before finally explaining what the flower actually does. I think that may be the most impressive way of avoiding a point I've ever seen. But there are some useful things here. The flower in the garden wasn't reacting to a spell you cast. You weren't trying to make anything happen. It simply responded when you touched it. That is the part I find unusual. There are old mentions of people called Mage touched. I should be clear, these records are not exactly reliable. Different mages had different ideas about what Mage touched people were. Some believed they had a stronger connection to magic. Others thought they were simply people who interacted with magic differently. The one thing they seemed to agree on was that magic behaved differently around them. Which could explain the flower. Maybe. I don't want to say that with complete certainty yet. I've only seen you do this twice today, and that's hardly enough for me to understand what it means. My curiosity has gotten me into trouble before, mostly involving books, experiments, and one unfortunate incident with a self-refilling ink bottle. Well, that was 8 years ago. I still don't know where that ink came from. But if this is what I think it is, then it might explain why the noble was interested in you. Did he know about things like this? Only if you want to answer. I'm not asking because I need every detail right now. I just want to understand what we might be dealing with. I see. Thank you for telling me. I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't there, and I don't want to pretend I understand every part of your past. But if he noticed something unusual about you and thought it was something he could use, then I can understand why you felt like running was your only option. Nobody should have to feel like they were being treated as something they don't own themselves. And whatever your magic is, whatever this means, it belongs to you, not him. Sorry. I was starting to sound like one of those dramatic old mages. You know the type. They speak as though every sentence needs to be carved into a stone tablet. The balance of destiny rests upon the chosen vessel. See? Awful. I much prefer saying things normally. I've spent 8 years here thinking the most interesting discovery I'd make would be a rare herb, or an old spell hidden away somewhere. I didn't expect to find something like this. Your timing is certainly strange, I'll give you that. I finally got used to my quiet life, and then someone appears in my forest with a mystery attached to them, and gives me a reason to open books I haven't touched in years. I'm not complaining. Well, maybe a little. These books are incredibly dusty. Actually, I take that back. They're trying to kill me. But we'll figure this out. Slowly. No rushing, no guessing, and no letting some old book convince us it knows everything. We'll find out what this means together.